All right, we live. Hello, welcome to episode of I don't remember my YouTube name. Casual football fan, casual NFL fan, one of those. But yeah, like, subscribe, whatever. Kind of just want to talk about Michael Parsons because he's an interesting character. He, you kind of know, Cowboys edge, extremely fast, pretty small too, and I think people think of him more as just like a pure speed rusher or just I'm gonna beat you by being fast, but he has like some power element. It's more speed of power because he can't generate power himself, but it still works, and it's kind of fun to see. One of the moves that I kind of noticed like he does a bit more is he likes to use like speed of power and then try to use a hump move inside. So what he's doing there is because tackles are so afraid of him just beating you off the edge, they'll overset, and because their weight and just their force and whatever is just going towards one way, towards the outside, easy way to beat them is to go inside. So the way to force them inside, or to get more force to go inside, is to use that hump move. Usually, like when you think of that, you think of like Reggie White doing it, but Reggie White was just pure strength. Like he would just toss you out the way. Whereas with Michael Parsons, he more goes outside, forces you to kick set outside, and he uses your momentum against you. He gets underneath the armpit and just tries to hip toss you away and work inside. But also, if you get too far outside, he'll just beat you inside. Like it's it's just easy for him. So here's going against Trey Pipkins against the Chargers, whatever week this is, and you'll kind of see it here. So he goes outside, and you could tell like he's threatening outside so much. His hips are pointed forward, so usually your hips kind of point where you're gonna go. It's why as a pass rusher, like a very important thing is getting your hips pointed to the quarterback. Because if you're rushing around the edge and your hips are pointed upfield, you're gonna get pushed upfield. Whereas if your hips are pointed to the quarterback, you go to the quarterback. So hips are important. And because his hips are going upfield, it's signaling he's trying to get upfield. So Pipkins tries to kick set, get out wide, get vertical or get deep in his kick set. And because of that, Parsons tries to get underneath. And here you can see his hand, his outside hand, trying to get underneath his armpit area so he could use the hump move inside. But he gets a bit caught up. So at that point, it's just, hey, this tackle's off balance. Just drive. Just pushes him into Herbert. Of course, Herbert's a good quarterback, so yeah, he's still gonna make a play. But just this amount of force getting generated is just crazy. And it's hard to stop too because one thing that makes pass rushers really great is they could beat you in two different ways, or I should say, like beat you in a forcing way in two different ways. So Parsons, because he could beat you off the edge, he forces you to kick set extremely far, and if you are too slow in your kick set, he's just gonna beat you off the edge. And because you're kick setting far, easy way to kind of force you back inside to be a bit more patient is to beat you inside. And just having that changeup's really nice. So it means tackles just can't overset like crazy, like they have to respect them. And then here's another play against a fairly good tackle, I would say. All right. Him against Lane Johnson. And yeah, that's tough. That's real tough. So same thing. Threatens you outside, forces you to get deeper in your kick set, and this is towards the slide side of the O line. So yeah, basic O line stuff like usually the center over slides to one way, sliding towards Parsons' way, which just means that if Parsons tries to work inside, he's probably going to get guard help, but it doesn't get there in time. And yeah, Parsons could even get just some players like this. Just making sure that's Lane Johnson. Yeah. But yeah, that's rough. So kind of the same thing. He threatens upfield, and then he goes right to you, right at the contact point, gets his hand underneath their armpit, and tries to drive you outside. Just use that hump move. And here works a little better, and then Lane Johnson tries to hop back to anchor down. Because at this point, this kind of turns into speed of power, which for power stuff, you just, as an O lineman, hop back or just find a way to anchor down somehow. But it's kind of hard to do because not only is he trying to go through you, but he's also working inside of you. So it's hard to just anchor down on that. Because if it's true, like more like power stuff where they're just coming right at you, you could just anchor down against it. But when it's also going to the inside of you, it just puts you in a bad position. So it's how he kind of gets, or why Parsons could get a bit inside of him. Johnson does like as best as you can in this situation, but it's almost just hard to win. So yeah, extremely tough player to play against. Yeah, gets his hand underneath the armpit and tries to drive him away, but it's just too little, too late for Johnson. And then one more play. Try to mention down in distances too, but yeah, whatever. 2nd and 4. But yeah. It's just so rough. Hey, didn't this dude get paid? Oh, no, that's Waddle. I don't know players' jersey numbers. Honestly, I just watch them. But Waddle got paid. Yeah, yeah. So now this one isn't really true, or this one's not really speed of power. It's just him just beating you inside. I believe that's Austin Jackson. Who also got paid. Uh, been interesting. Yeah. And this is kind of what happens when you just don't really, you just overset. Because if you do like a good enough job of being patient, but you're still going a bit too far outside, they'll just get into you, beat the power, hump move inside, and you're toast. But here, his feet are all super just everywhere. Like, I don't know what this dude's doing. He just goes inside. Easy. It's, if you're, like, this is why pass rushing is very trait based. Like, there's technique involved, but once you have high enough traits, it doesn't matter. Like, all he does is I run fast, I go inside. That's it. That's what makes Parsons so good. So yeah, just a quick video, whatever, basic stuff. So yeah, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. So see ya.